Today we are going to talk about the symptoms of amoebic dysentery. Previously, we were looking at the causes of amoebic dysentery. As I said earlier, amoebic dysentery is caused by a parasite called Amoeba histolytica. The word histolytica can be divided into two, that is histology, which is the study of tissues, while lytica from the word lys, which means to rupture or to destroy. Therefore, it's an amoeba which is capable of digesting tissues of the body. Which tissues are these? Definitely the ones found within the colon or the large intestine, because that is the part that they always invade once they get into the biological system of an individual. Remember, the way through which this parasite always get into the body is if you happen to ingest them, that is putting into the body through the mouth accidentally when feeding. So let's start looking at the symptoms of amoebic dysentery. Remember, this microorganism live within the colon or the large intestine lumen. As soon as they get into your body, that is the part that they are going to invade. And in that process, they'll be able to attack the mucosal wall. That is the inner lumen of the large intestine. There is a certain layer of mucus which we refer to as the mucosal wall. That mucosal wall may also be referred to as the mucosa membrane. So that mucosal wall, once it has been attacked by this microorganism, it will be producing some tissue dissolving enzymes called histolysine. Histolysine is capable of digesting those tissues that align the inner wall of that colon or the large intestine, and when that happens, then there is some mucus-like substance that will be present in the feces that an individual will be producing. Besides, when these parasites are invading the large intestine, then they impede the process of water absorption, and therefore this water will be available in the feces that an individual produce. Hence, there is a watery fecal discharge which is referred to as diarrhea. Apart from that, when these parasites feed onto the walls of the colon and the large intestine, there will be some small patches, some small openings inside the walls which are referred to as ulcerations, or you can call them the ulcers. Those ulcers that are caused by this amoebic parasite may be so painful to an individual, leading to what we call abdominal pain. When the mucosal wall has been digested, this parasite is definitely exposed to the blood vessels which are found in those regions, and therefore they may end up feeding on the red blood cells, and therefore this parasite can also cause an individual to start suffering from diseases such as anemia, which is as a result of lack of enough red blood cells in the body. There is another symptom called dehydration, which may be experienced by the patient at this stage, and that is also as a result of the fact that since the openings which are found in the large intestine have been blocked by these parasites, there is no absorption of enough water into the tissues, and that may also make much water to be wasted out of the body. Less water is absorbed, and as a result, this patient suffers from dehydration. There may also be rise in body temperature. We call it fever. Fever is a slight rise in body temperature which is meant to create an unconducive environment for that parasite, so that when it is inside your body, it will not be able to multiply very fast, because the temperature that it was used to is not conducive anymore. That is referred to as fever. There may also be pain when passing stool. This is as a result of the wounds which have been caused in the colon and the rectum at large. When there are wounds in those regions, when the feces are passing along in order to get into the anus for the elimination out of the body, an individual may feel a lot of pain in that process. In high infestations of this parasite, the disease may also be systemic. We refer to a disease as being systemic when it is affecting the blood. When these parasites become more and increase in number, some of them may get through the small openings called the microvilli found on the small intestine, and they will be able to get into the bloodstream. When they get into the bloodstream, we refer to that as being systemic. Blood is capable of reaching all the tissues of the body, and therefore this parasite will be availed to visceral organs, or you can call them the vital organs of the body, such as the brain, liver, and lungs. In this stage, it may be quite lethal, because those organs which are very delicate and important to the body should not be tampered with at any time. And therefore, this may lead to formation of abscess, or you can call them abscesses if it is in plural. Those abscesses refers to some swellings which comprise of pus in them. Those swellings may burst, and they remain to be ulcerations. They may remain to be some openings which are very dangerous to the body. That's the end of lesson number 89.